What is going on, my fellow cardboard connoisseurs? Two things for certain today: this coffee is delicious, and this Double Masters 2022 pack costs $100 Canadian plus tax. And for that price, I probably shouldn't be flipping it around like an idiot, but apparently I like to live dangerously and take risks. For those of you that don't know, Double Masters 2022 is the most recently released Magic the Gathering set, and although that may be redundant information to some people, just as some of this other information, if we can even call it that, might be in this video, I'm going to present it nonetheless, and just kind of give my 2 cents. Speaking of 2 cents, that's definitely a lot less than the estimated and approximate values of some of the singles coming out of this set. Single booster packs, that's right, a single booster pack in this box, fetching for just over $100 plus tax. That's obviously in my colorful Canadian currency. You better bet you're a sweet spell slinging ass that for that price per pack, that these packs are packed with some very reasonable value, and I think that's putting it very lightly. Now, the Double Masters 2022 Collector Booster Box, which consists of 4 of these packs. That's right, this box is just one pack that I'm opening right here. That is going for around $369.95 Canadian plus tax. It's pretty reasonably priced in my opinion. If you can find it for cheaper, that's amazing. If you can find it for a little bit more, that's okay too. Again, that's just my personal opinion on the price at this current point in time. I could be totally talking out my ass here. Anyway, the draft booster boxes, which are obviously excluding some of the cards you can find in the collector booster boxes, are going for around $440 Canadian right now. I am finding the prices for these boxes, packs, and some of these singles, as you'll see in a minute here, by simply sourcing some online distributors, online retailers, brick and mortar locations that I do frequently utilize here in Ontario, Canada, whether it be from their website or their actual physical location. Not sponsored in any way whatsoever or anything, just places that I frequently utilize because the prices are relatively reasonable. Keep in mind, you can also find these packs at places like Walmart, at Target, wherever it is that you're from. You're obviously going to pay a little bit more than you typically would at an LGS or an online distributor that deals with primarily trading card games. And you can also find them at places like GameStop, where if you do have like an Onyx or Platinum membership, you might actually even pay a little bit less depending on your level of membership, kind of reflect your level of discount, which I would highly recommend, honestly. If you can do that, try to find them there. Still a very good price if you can get them at GameStop with a discount. Now, aside from the single collector booster packs that you can get for around $100, the collector booster boxes for around $400, and the draft booster boxes for around $440, all Canadian prices. You can, of course, also just get individual single booster packs for around $19.99 to $21.99, maybe a little bit more, maybe a little bit less. Again, it's all entirely dependent on where you're sourcing these products from. Additionally, you can find the Double Masters 2022 3-pack draft booster box packs. Essentially, it's just a small box that's inclusive of 3 draft booster packs, and you can find those for around $58 to $65. Again, from my personal perspective and magical opinion, dare I say that these are fairly reasonable prices for these products right now. There's lots of speculation of whether they're going to go up or whether they're going to reprint it or whether they're going to go down or whether you're just going to use these cards to start a fire when the doomsday apocalypse comes. But realistically, I do think that these are fair prices. I know they demand a little bit more of a premium price, but I think that's definitely reflective of the premium cards that you can find inside of these products. Anyways, with all of that redundant information and nonsense spewed out of my mouth at a million miles an hour, keep in mind there's lots of reputable sources you can find more information on these cards, on these singles, on these products, and that's even if you want to source it, you know what I mean? I think most importantly overall else, collect what you love what you collect, pick up singles for your personal collection, pick up singles to build decks with that you want to build, do whatever you want to do, you know what I mean? I'm just expressing my personal opinion and the enjoyment I've gotten out of opening up some of these products. Lots of varying opinions on this set in regards to the cost and the cards included and the reprints and the yada yada yada. I personally don't care. I mean, I do, but I don't. I don't care enough to, delve into it so deep that it ruins the enjoyment of the set itself, so. Anyways. Time is the most valuable asset that we have, so as not to waste any more of yours by belching in your ear or giving you information that you could otherwise source by yourself. I'm just going to give you guys some quick insight as to the higher end, higher valuable, higher tier cards that you can pull out of this set. Now, keeping in mind that this list is super extensive. Like, there are pages and pages of absolutely phenomenal cards that you can pull out of here. I have plenty of personal chase cards out of here. There's lots of cards I'd like to pull strictly for the value, lots of cards I'd like to pull for deck building purposes. You got cards like Damnation that I'd love to pull out of here in any variation, Aether Vials in any aspect. So many cards, seriously. From playability perspective, from collective perspective, the list is super extensive. I'm not encouraging anybody to go out there and spend an exuberant amount of money on this set for the possibility of pulling these cards, but I will say this much: the price point that this set is demanding is definitely reflective of the amount of amazing cards that you can possibly emphasis on possibly, pull out of this set. Personally, I'm chasing after any of the Cavern of Souls cards. The borderless foil variation of it would be so awesome to pull. Any mana vaults would be awesome to pull. Any mana drains would be awesome to pull. But some of the cards you can find in here are intense. As you can clearly see, even on this first page here, just some crazy valuable cards you can pull out of here. I can imagine they'll fluctuate more up and down. I'm not entirely certain. It's all speculative realistically. But Ren and 6 borderless at the top tier of it right now, fetching for around $600 Canadian. That's a textured foil. You got the borderless Kozilek, Butcher of Truth, and that's again in the textured foil, going for around $430 Canadian. Liliana has dropped drastically, and this is a huge card I'd love to pull out of here, but I can only imagine it's not going to happen for the amount that I'll be able to open up. But Liliana, the Last Hope, borderless textured foil, going for around $420 Canadian as well. You got Ulamog, the Infinite Gyre, going for around $400, again, textured foil. Imperial Seal, huge card to pull right now, and I can't believe it's actually dropped down to $370. Another big hit out of here, and the list goes on and on. All the Imperial Seals, no matter borderless foils, textured, whatever they may be, fetching for well over $200. Ren and 6, well over $200. Mana Vault, Dockside Extortionist, which we already pulled one non-holo variation of, which was pretty cool. Again, Imperial Seal. There's the Cavern of Souls that I mentioned for $190 Canadian. The list goes on and on. Even on page 2 right here, you got all these cards well over $100 right now, and in my personal opinion, some of them undervalued, some of them maybe overvalued, but again, talking out my ass. Anyways, again, to reiterate, all in all, in my personal magical opinion, definitely, at least personally, reignited my, my desire to want to open up some more Magic product as of recently. I know the price is absolutely friggin' crazy, but there's some absolutely friggin' crazy pulls that you can get out of here. Double Masters 2022, I think it's going to retain its value for the future to come. Again, I could be totally wrong. It could tank to negative $50 and people will pay you to take it. Do I see that actually happening? Probably not. Do I see it being free? Probably not at all either, but who knows? It's all speculative at the end of the day. So buy some, don't buy some, do whatever you want to do. Buy some, pull some crazy pulls out of it, convert that value into sealed Pokemon product, into vintage Pokemon singles. Cough, that's what I often do with my undesirable Magic pulls. Cough. Do whatever you want to do. But what I'm going to do is put my hands together and pray to the Magic gods that we pull something super spicy out of this single Double Masters 2022 pack. Let's get it.
Thank you.